All right, kids, it's the holiday season, and the most wonderful time of year begets me getting Christmas presents late. Me getting Christmas presents late begets watching commercials for gift ideas. Christmas commercials begets black ads, and black ads beget controversy. For example, Walmart is facing backlash due to their latest spot, Holidays, Give the Gift That Shows You Get Them, featuring Lorenz Tate and Nia Long reprising their roles as a couple from the 1997 romantic comedy, Love Jones. See, 2 weeks before this commercial first aired, Walmart announced it will be ending racial equity training programs for staff and evaluating programs designed to increase supplier diversity. Walmart will also review all funding of Pride and other events and monitoring its online marketplace to remove sexual or transgender products marketed to children. That per CNN. So there's that, and rolling back a 5-year, $100 million philanthropic commitment created in 2020 dedicated to addressing the, quote, root causes of gaps in outcomes of African Americans in education, health, criminal justice, and other areas. So this corporation took away DEI, yet includes black talent to sell stuff and bolster their diverse portfolios, while you know what? Quit it.
Light bulbs, because you need them to see stuff in your house.
Wow, that commercial really spoke to me.
Because there was a black woman in that commercial.
No, because we need new light bulbs.
Today we're going to talk about black commercials, or better yet, commercials used to target black people. This is going to be a brief history post-1970s because everything that happened prior to that was dehumanizing. However, for the last 6 decades, according to The Atlantic, the goal was twofold for corporations: to keep up with the times and to broaden their potential consumer base. Which might be why, as you're about to see, so many black ads seem inauthentic. Actually, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but let's go back to that Walmart commercial real quick for an example of a legit black commercial. It was produced by a media agency called Publicis, and again, it stars Nia Long. It's more about a service, Walmart Plus, than any product, really, when you consider that the record player and the Isley Brothers album being played are callbacks to the movie Love Jones. Then there's Nia Long, plus it's revealed that Darius and Nina not only ended up together, but they have a daughter. Oh. Also, there's Nia Long and Nia Long. Nostalgia hitting me all in my elder millennial feels. Yet, media agencies seem to still be under the impression that the best way to get my attention is having some celebrity sing and dance and jive talk to get me to move. Just because I'm black.
This is Rufus Thomas with a brand new dance. I'm talking about the bullseye. Schlitz and McDonald bullseye. Y'all ready? Here we go. Raise your right leg, then you put it down. Move your left leg forward and your body too. Do what comes natural when the bull's after you. Now you move your head from side to side. Get Schlitz and liquor and do the bullseye. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Before I continue, first and foremost, I'm not proud of myself. And a bull burst through the wall of each and every one of these Schlitz malt liquor commercials from this era. If you think they do so like the Kool-Aid Man, think again. I think the bull came first.
No Schlitz malt liquor? No Schlitz malt liquor? Well, ain't that some shit? How you gonna run a successful business and you ain't got no Schlitz malt liquor?
Real quick, Schlitz malt liquor was founded under a different name in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1849 by August Krug, and then was passed to this man, Joseph Schlitz, in 1858. The look out for the bull, look out for the Schlitz malt liquor bull, nobody doesn't like the bull, and don't say beer, say bull ad campaigns were developed by Darcy, Macias, Benton, and Bowles, who looked like this. That company was founded in 1906 as the Darcy Company in St. Louis, Missouri. Variations of that enterprise created Taste the Rainbow for Skittles, Melts in Your Mouth, Not in Your Hands for M&Ms, and This Bud's for You for Anheuser-Busch. They may be most known for redesigning what used to be the old world, creepy German version of St. Nicholas to our current cuddly, Coca-Cola criminal enterprise having Santa Claus that we know and love and trust for some reason. The point is, kind of seems like this advertising agency can give us long-lasting slogans instead of black folks shucking and jiving. So if you're wondering if this is a case of Darcy Macias Benton and Bowles, who was later bought out by Publicis, by the way, white people behind the scenes putting black people on camera to bust a move, well, it's not that simple. Schlitz malt liquor commercials were reflections of the time.
Fresh and hot, cooked just right, top quality, and the price is right. Breakfast at McDonald's. Oh yeah, suits my family. And since we're gonna get to church on time, Mama's proud of me. At McDonald's, yeah, we do it all for you.
The black nuclear family, the choir, the no way in hell are we going to McDonald's before church. That was one of the first commercials targeted at black people by McDonald's. It hit TVs all over the country in 1978. Ad campaigns like this one were also made in print. Do your dinner timing at McDonald's. When you're looking for a place to have dinner, check out McDonald's. You don't have to get dressed up, there's no tipping, and the kids love it. You can relax and get down with good food that won't keep you waiting. Dinner timing or any timing. Going out is easy at McDonald's. We ain't got enough disposable income to tip people, so McDonald's is encouraging us to avoid wait staff. I've talked about African-American vernacular English, ask versus ax, and the habitual be recently. I like talking about black English. And did you notice how McDonald's was sure to hit black folks with what's known as G-dropping? Then there's this, Maurice and his lady getting down with some cheeseburgers. Can you dig where they're coming from? I know I can, Jack. Give me some on the black hand side. Nobody's over there. Garrison Hayes has a video about McBlackface over on his channel. Be sure to check that out for the socio-cultural significance of McDonald's infamous black commercials. However, if I can add a bit of information that will prevent you from, well, we weren't gonna boycott McDonald's anyway, were we?
There's one company I think might be close to being boycott proof is McDonald's. McDonald's is delicious. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all got money now. You eat hummus, so you got bread, whatever. But don't act like McDonald's wasn't the sustenance of your childhood, you ungrateful asshole.
These three ads were created by a black man, Tom Burrell. Tom Burrell was born in 1939 and raised on the south side of Chicago. He was one of the first black people in the entire city of Chicago to work in the advertising agency field. In 1961, when he got his first job, it was in the mailroom at Wade Advertising, where he wore a suit to work every single day because his strategy was to look and comport himself as if he didn't belong in the mailroom. Burrell is a legend. He created Burrell McBain Advertising in 1971, and a successful campaign for him was with Marlboro, where he cut off the "come to where the flavor is" slogan and made it simply "where the flavor is," attaching pictures of brothers doing their everyday thing. That led to this commercial that he did for Coca-Cola in 1978 that you may recognize. It's called Coke is Life, and its ingredients include black teens on a stoop in Chicago singing doo-wop, which attracts more black people because we can't seem to avoid singing for some reason. Anyways, it's during the day, maybe when they should be in school or working. Is it the weekend or summer? Hard to tell. Somebody somewhere give these kids discipline and something to do. Perhaps you know the cousin of this commercial better. It came 12 years later.
Hey, isn't that Calvin? I haven't seen him for a while. Wonder where he's heading. I heard he got a job. Is that right? Well, it's about time he got himself together. Now that you mention it, there is something different about him.
Calvin's got a job, so there's not much of a reason for him to rob anybody. Thanks, McDonald's. There were 3 of these commercials. I chose the tame one because, my word. Again, brought to us by Burrell Communications with Tom at the helm, who sees himself somewhat of a cultural anthropologist. I had to convince clients to understand that black people are not dark-skinned white people, Burrell explained. Sometimes when you start talking to people about race and differences, implied in that is some kind of subordination. So I had to convince them that you can be different and equal, and that there are cultural differences that should be part of advertising aimed at a black cultural group such as music. When I say that Tom Burrell may have taught Coke and McDonald's and other mega corporations how to target advertising towards black people, I'm not blaming him for stereotypes. The most insidious, black inferiority-laden ones were already there. I am noting that other ads from the 70s, 80s, and 90s didn't read "Jimmy knows they good" when talking about cheeseburgers, or "the big meal, it's a great deal for dinner," AH at the end instead of ER. Y'all know me by now. I have no problems with black English. I do have a problem with thinking some ads appeal to black people and others don't. And maybe this is just my point of view. I mean, I would want a cheeseburger based on what I see from Timmy here, but would white people want one based on what's going down with Maurice and his lady? If we wanted to, we could make a through line from the McDonald's breakfast commercial in 1978 to the G-dropping and "Girl, I wonder how Mickey D's makes such a great tasting salad." What now? To Calvin and this.
Why can't you share your love with me?
Nice song, but you're still not getting any of my crispy, juicy McNuggets.
Girl, you got a 10-piece, please don't be stingy.
I want to sing that to Nia Long. A few weeks ago, it was reported that Byron Allen's $10 billion suit against McDonald's is heading to court. The lawsuit alleges that McDonald's violated federal and California civil rights laws by deeming Allen's networks ineligible for the vast majority of its advertising dollars. According to the New York Post, Allen accused McDonald's of relegating his Entertainment Studios Networks Incorporated and Weather Group LLC, which owns the Weather Channel, to an African-American tier with a separate black-focused ad agency and much smaller ad budget, depriving them of tens of millions of dollars of annual revenue in what Entertainment Studios called blatant and pernicious discrimination. How the tables have turned. And it's not just a McDonald's thing or primarily a McDonald's thing. I mean, they may be the worst at it. And while the history of white supremacy and minstrelsy and anti-blackness in media is ever present, don't forget black people wore blackface. They didn't intend to be racist, but they had to do what they had to do.
The backlash growing so big, PepsiCo just pulled the 60-second spot saying, "We apologize for this video and take full responsibility." The ad was directed by Tyler, the Creator, an African-American rapper, producer, and comedian. His publicist tells ABC News it was never Tyler's intention to offend. For those who know and respect Tyler, he's known for pushing boundaries and challenging stereotypes through humor.
To be clear, it's like this here at home and abroad. Depictions of black people as criminal, less desirable ne'er-do-wells that are dirty is all over the world.
And it wasn't until 1989 the Chinese toothpaste brand Darky changed its name to Darlie. They literally moved one letter over in the alphabet, and they kept the Chinese phrase, which roughly translates as black people toothpaste.
China is really anti-black for no reason. Their racism also bleeds into colorism or vice versa.
Like, what century are we in?
Bringing this back to Christmas, remember that Peloton commercial from 2019 where an already skinny woman was given a Peloton stationary bike by her husband and the internet took it as sexism? When in reality, social media was telling on itself because they were admitting that working out to them meant weight loss, not building muscle or cardio, which could have been the case for this fictional couple, but we don't know their backstory. Without context, we don't know if the wife/mom asked for this bike. So people filled in the empty space with the history of men, white men in particular, desiring thinness out of women. I admit, it would have been better if the fictional husband would have worked out with her. And you should know that the actor who played the husband/dad got his real life white skinny girlfriend a Peloton, by the way. I'm kind of losing the plot. The point of all of this is perspective and perception. I question if Tom Burrell did what he had to do in order to stay in the industry. And when I first saw that Rufus Thomas Schlitz malt liquor commercial,
you ain't keeping it real. You ain't representing.
I kind of thought what this commenter said. This is how they saw us. No matter if a bull is bursting through the walls, just keep on singing and dancing. Until I saw similar commercials with the same premise featuring Robin Hood or acts like the average white band. And they're singing, but they're not dancing. Is that because they can't or they chose not to? Did Kool and the Gang demand to bust a move? Am I the drama? Am I the problem here? All of Walmart's other give the gifts that show you get them are like white and blue, but the Love Jones one is like mahogany and sepia. That bothers me? Nia Long looks great though. I can barely fix me. I don't know how to fix this media issue, but it's definitely a problem. I would encourage you to be aware of which media agencies are behind what you're seeing. Publicists, whose name I've said a few times, own stakes in Tom Burrell's company. And I would ask you to boycott, but come on. Relatable value propositions will always be critical, but Black consumers have come to expect that brands support the causes they care about. And when brands don't measure up, the Black community, especially in Nigeria, the UK, and Brazil, isn't afraid to walk away from them. I hope it's true for us, but...
Like Ronald McDonald ain't have your back. McDonald's is delicious.
I'll leave you with what Sidney Poitier said to Black viewers in order for them to boycott the movie industry in the 1950s. By not including Negroes in at least approximately the numbers and the roles in which they occur in American life, television, and radio programs that purport to give a true picture of American life, malign and misrepresent Negro citizens as a whole. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, we gonna be all right.
Yo, cuz, I'm gonna show you how the South does it. Try this out. All right. You got it? Come on.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? After the party, we going to McDonald's. Try this out.
Hey, yo, cuz, what's this?
It's the new Southern style chicken biscuit.
That's what's up.
So, how you liking the South?
Man, yo, I'm loving it.